Hey there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. I'm your host, PattSun, and today we're gonna be taking a look at r/surviving infidelity, where OP's girlfriend got knocked up by a different man. Let's begin. My girlfriend got pregnant by another guy. Posted by Reddit user Authentic.
This is my first post. I'm not sure where to start, so I am sorry if this seems all over the place. Me and my girlfriend have been together since 2016. I honestly thought that I would be with her for the rest of my life. She was the first person I've done basically everything with. I actually ended up proposing a couple of years ago, and we were supposed to get married in a few years. Before this, I was the happiest person ever. Last year in October of 2022, I saw texts from a guy she knew in high school, and long story short, my fiancé at the time was making plans to meet up with him and have sex behind my back for about a week, and I ended up seeing the texts. We tried to make it work but ended up becoming separated in March of this year with plans on getting back together after she was whole and could give me all of her.
That's stupid! You're stupid! Stop being stupid!
Her words. Fast forward to May and I saw a picture of another guy in her bedroom, and I've never seen him before. But he was friends with her brother, and I asked her about it and she told me he was just a friend, and he took her phone and took the picture. Okay, I guess. Fast forward to yesterday. She tells me she has something to tell me but wanted to wait until she saw me in person. But I honestly didn't want to wait because it sounded serious. After that, I drive to her house and she ended up telling me that she had sex with the guy in the car multiple times with a condom, and the one time they had unprotected sex she got pregnant, which was 5 weeks ago. They were having sex the whole month of May. She's keeping the baby and they are going to raise it together and be in a relationship. Also her words. After that, there was nothing else to be said. She still wants to talk to me as a friend, which I honestly don't know why, because I told her I never want to see her again. But I've never felt this type of hurt before. I haven't been able to sleep or eat. I'm so angry and hate the world. I keep having visions. I honestly don't know what's wrong with me. The couple of people I talked to basically all said the same thing. You have to focus on yourself. This is life, etc. But why can't I let this go? I honestly hate her, but I'm going insane. She suffers from BPD. If that helps, anything will help. Edit. I honestly didn't expect this much support. I have read every single comment and will as long as there are more. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to help with my situation. Every single comment is right. I'm not going to be in contact with her and I will try to heal no matter how long it takes. I just never thought that it would end like this. I'm heartbroken about it and can't stop crying. But I know it takes time.
OP, at this point, you got lucky. This type of behavior will continue for decades. She's going to end up with multiple kids with multiple baby daddies. When she contacts you again, and trust me, she will, do not take her back, my dude. She wants to stay friends with you to keep you as a backup plan. When everything blows up with this dude, she's going to want you back to help her raise his baby. Don't be a damn donut again. Never again, OP. And now for today's second story. My girlfriend is going to the guy she cheated on me with, despite asking me for a second chance and me forgiving her.
By the end of this, you are going to be crying like a little bitch.
Posted by Reddit user Musical Batman.
Background. We are in long-distance relationship for 2 years. She is Filipina and I am Indian. But things were still good. Regarding our relationship, we allowed each other to sext with random people online. She sexted twice and I too did twice in 2 years. We both knew those are just nonsense, because from next day we start talking about daily routine and share every tiny stuff we face during the day. We were honest to each other to the point that if one of them objects, we stop sexting with strangers. This is important because sexting is only thing we allowed, which might seem like hurdle. But trust me, we both were extremely cool about it. She went for vacation in an island. Even the day before she cheated, she was telling me how much she missed me and was waiting to go back home and watch movies with me. While she was in the island, internet was too slow. But that is where she met Austrian guy and they fucked for 4 days. She did not tell me during that time, as she said she wanted to tell and call. But she used to read my message, which is loving and asking her to take care. She did not reply me, just said she is not feeling well. After returning from the island, she told me everything. It has been 1 month. She asked for forgiveness. She accepts her mistake, but she is not feeling remorse for her actions. I forgave her. She was simultaneously talking to the guy. Slowly things got toxic between us. I don't think so, because I couldn't withstand the fact she was talking to him. One day I asked her to choose between me or him. She chose him, but she still kept talking to me. She wished me birthday. I don't know, I can't leave her. It's too difficult for me. My diet and sleep have reduced drastically. Breakup phase maybe.
Wow, like a bitch.
And that's what Frieza said.
She said the guy is still in capital, Manila, and she wants to meet him. I stopped her initially as it pained me. Initially she agreed, but slowly her desire to meet him increased. I don't know, I just don't want her to meet him. Somewhere down the line, I feel if the Austrian guy leaves Philippines, since he is in vacation too, she might be able to think properly. I just don't know, why would she ask second chance and stuff? Why would she tell me that she loves me but likes him? She said she is falling for the guy but doesn't trust him. She said she likes him because he is fun. Really, her words are messing me up. I spoke to my girlfriend's friend who was in beach. She said that they warned her and still she went ahead. I want you guys to comment on some points. Is it my girlfriend's nature? She tried to cheat me in 2021, but she promised she would never do. Even now when I spoke to her, she said she is still not able to believe she cheated. Will her nature remain like in future too, after this guy? This considering the fact she doesn't loves the guy but leaving me for fun she had with him. Plus no remorse. I can't get over her. I don't want them to meet. What the hell? I am not able to move on in this phase. She always had fantasy to be a mistress of rich guy. She even told me quite a many times. Maybe she wasn't serious, or maybe that if we break up, she would cheat on the guy with me. Apologies for my poor English.
OP, she is not relationship material. It is time to cut her out of your life and go no contact.
Why are you still here?
Get some support from friends and family. Go to the gym. Find a purpose and do something to move forward, instead of just whining on Reddit like an annoying little bitch. This is her nature and it will be her downfall someday. But for now, you need to grow a spine and stand up for yourself. It's gonna be very difficult to get walked all over if you're standing up. I wish you well, you damn donut. And now for today's final story. An unpleasant experience. Posted by Reddit user Rigid Flexibility.
So I've had 2 serious relationships in my life, which looking back is already pretty sad before you consider how they both ended. Tragic and mildly tragic. I seem to have a thing for women who are a year or so out from hitting a major emotional breakdown. So the second of the 2 concluded just a week or 2 back as she finally moved out of the region. Previously, between our breakup and her moving, we'd remained friends, even if it cost me a lot, but that's a whole other story. Well, I settled in, contented myself that the last body I got to see was someone I at least felt some care for, and that given my dating history, it was unlikely I'd see anyone ever again. Good news, though, the following week that changed. Thanks, homeless woman digging a pit latrine next to the bike trail. All of that rambling was to set up my return to attempting online dating. Previous romantic attempts either fell through on their own, or were hampered by my ex. This time, with her gone and a sudden drive to not let things end like this, I took the advice of some friends and installed a few apps. Now, my experience so far has been pretty lackluster, but that's just how it goes. The real kick to the teeth was one day while I was swiping through profiles, my first ex came up. At least, I think it was her. Right name, glasses, similar hobbies, the face was different, but it had been a decade. To put her in context, I met her in marching band in college, right when I was again giving up hope of ever being romantically entangled. I was the first boy to ever be interested in her. We fell hard, moved in, moved out, moved in. While at some point, she went home and visited a friend who confessed to her, and they wound up sleeping together. She cried. I remained stoic, told her I loved her and we'd work through this. To trim a bit, her count got to the double digits before we finally broke up. Oh, she roped me in when she needed to move one more time because I was the only one who really cared and had a car. Before she finally found a guy to her liking. With every step of the way being my fault for how horrible and useless I am, etc., etc. So, there she is, or possibly is, on a dating app. No guy in sight and her sexuality listed as solo poly. You know what? Good for her. Just wish she worked that out a decade back.
OP, I'm going to summarize my opinions in just one short video clip, so listen well.
So needy.
Viewer support is the best way for me to remain independent and continue bringing you these daily videos, which will always be here on my channels for you to watch absolutely free. So please consider subscribing to me on Rumble and on YouTube. Both will be linked in the description box down below. Thanks for listening, everyone. If you even somewhat enjoyed today's story, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and if you really like it, consider subscribing to PattSun to never miss a future upload. Stay strong.